Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. So I played a few chess games. It's not my best night, but we're going to go over these. The first game I recorded, I thought I was recording. I was actually streaming, I guess, because I'm an idiot. So let's go through this game. E4, we get a modern. Okay. Now, I don't know why, but I played this. Normally, I play this move so that the knight can't come in down here, so I could get the bishop here, get this battery and attack. Okay? But that's not what I did this game. I was on autopilot, I guess. So he plays here, then I get the bishop out. Now the knight comes in, and I'm like, what an idiot. So I play this, and now I stop the knight from coming in. He brings out his knight, but now I go ahead and build this battery. He plays this move, and he defends this again, right? So now my bishop can't come in. But you can't castle, or I'm going to take this. I mean, you can still long castle, but okay. You've got a weakness. I'm going to go ahead and castle. He plays back to here. I'm not sure exactly why, because there's no forward mobility here, and it blocks this bishop. So I get a little too creative here, and I'm like, I'm going to start pushing pawns. He plays this, and I do push the pawns, and he circles the knight around, and now I push this. I do open the scope for his bishop, but I'm like, I'm going to win some tempos here on these knights. He plays this, and I go here, keeping his knight out of this square. Now, I was aware that this was getting looked at, but there's no way that I can see for him to add pressure to this knight. So he goes back. C4 is not there. He just goes home. So now he's got a fianchettoed knight, a fianchettoed bishop. This guy's just awful. So his pieces are going backwards. So I grab some more space. Now, it was plus 1.5. Now it's plus 0.7. So that was definitely not the right move. He plays this. I circle around. Here comes a pawn move. Knight to the center. And I'm looking at this C6 square. He sees that that's where I'm going, but I go anyway. Because if he takes me, for one, I get a bishop for a knight, which is good for me. But I also get this pawn. And this pawn, if it gets to an endgame, is going to be an asset. But it also keeps him from being able to push this pawn and makes it a little bit awkward for him. So he doesn't take. He plays that. And now I play this and defend again because I'd rather have a bishop here. I'd rather have a bishop here. But he plays this. Now I play here. And yeah, okay, I mean, this is a good move. This is a weak square. But now I've created the same battery going this way. So takes, takes, queen takes, and I've won a pawn. So he pushes this, and I thought about doing that. I also thought about taking the knight. He recaptures, and I play this. But then I thought maybe you could sack the rook, and then my king gets opened up, and you get some compensation for that. So I play here. Because you're definitely not castling queenside, right? You're not going queenside. So if you want to castle, it has to be kingside. But this is looking at your rook. So if you take me, I'm going to take this. And yeah, I mean, you could block this. Sure, you can block that. But if you do, now you're going to castle over here into a... I mean, look at all these pawns. It's about to get opened up. It's not safe. So he castles. And I just take the queen. Fork. And then I take the queen. Because what's he going to do here? You know, I mean, you can't take this. You can't take it. So let's say you move. Well, I'll just pick up a queen. And if you recapture, now I'm happy to trade. So we win a piece, or we win a queen. So that was that game. And when I realized I wasn't recording, I was like, all right, I'm going to play another game. I'm going to play another game. So I get this one. He plays here, and I'm like, all right, we'll just play a Caro Kann. Get an advance, and I play this. Oh, he hits me with this. I play the pawn move like an idiot and then lose my bishop. So I'm like, well, I'll just create some weaknesses, whatever. Check. He plays that. I'm like, look, I'll play here and try to just create some kind of havoc. He plays that. Now, I'm just trying to make it complicated. Takes, takes, takes. I go here. He plays that. I win a pawn. And I could have gotten a little bit of counterplay maybe over here, but I played this. That knight comes in, and now it's just looking good. And, game over. I just got torched. So I was just so frustrated with this. So then I get out of that one. Play Mr. 97% here. E4. Get the Sicilian. Open Sicilian. Get this maneuver. I bring the knight out. He plays this. I go here. Bishop out. Then my sister calls me. I'm frustrated because I just lost to that other guy. And then my sister calls. She's trying to talk to me while I'm in the middle of this. And then I play here, here, here. And then I do this and realize I've overloaded the queen. So I'm not having a good time here. So I get off the phone with her and play this game. We get a Ruy Lopez. Let's slow down a little bit. Ruy Lopez. I'm still frustrated over those games. God, that pissed me off so bad. Every time I get close to 1,500, I just drop the ball. So I take the knight. He recaptures, and I take this. The point is you can't take that pawn, or you're going to lose your bishop. And he sees that, because if he takes the pawn, I'm going to play rook to e1, and it's gone. So he plays that, and now I just get another knight out. Now, I know that he wants to play this and castle. That's what he wants to do. But I'm not in the business of just letting you do what you want to do. So I play my knight over. Now, I had a good position here. This was not a good move. The computer hated it. Takes and takes. But again, I'm targeting this, so if you move, I'm going to take your pawn. I mean, that's the deal. So, takes, takes. He plays that. I play check. And he brings his bishop out. Now I form a battery against that bishop. And the thing is, if you take my pawn, I'm going to checkmate you. So he drops back, defending the bishop. And now I come in and I hit the bishop again. He plays, the pawn move. I take, which clearly wasn't the best move. Let's look at the review. What was the best move? To push this pawn. I don't know. I took. Now, bishop comes out, and I'm hitting the d6 square. He plays over, and I take it. And the idea here is if you take me, I'm going to play the rook over. If I had done it this way, or I'm sorry, so the computer says to play the rook over first. If I do that, then he gets to play this, and I don't want him to play that. So I take right now. It wasn't the best move, but whatever. So we get this, and he plays that, and I'm like, damn, what a good move. So I go ahead, take the rook, we trade off. Now I hit the knight. Knight's got to go, so he plays here. Now I have to be careful, because if this rook comes over, then he's going to hit my rook. It's undefended. It's not good. So I hit this, because if I take, you're going to double your pawns. If you play something like this, right, you go over to here, I'm going to take your pawn. So I'll either double him or I'll take him. So he goes here, and he defends the pawn. And I know that this move is coming. So I play here. And the point is now I have a good square for this guy. It's defended by a pawn, and now I could leave. That's why I played that move. So here comes that. And I go to the little safe square that I just made. And he plays over. But there's a problem with this move. And I say this when I've coached a couple lower rated players. And I always say, with these knights, where is the next place that this knight is going to go? When you move your knight, you have to know where your next jump is going to be. Because like with a bishop, if I'm on this diagonal, I have this whole diagonal. So I can take your rook, boom, then I can slide back, I'm safe. The knight don't work that way. So where does this knight go? You can't go here, you can't go here, you can't go here, and you can't go here, right? So I hit the knight. Now, the knight does have this square now. The knight does have that square now because I moved this pawn, right? Or I'm sorry, because this is pinned. But when you play check, it is not pinned, and this guy's undefended, and you're going to lose your knight. So he resigned. So that was a pretty good game. Got him with a little tactic there at the end. Thought that was pretty sweet. Let's close out of those. All right. Now, this game, as you could see, I did do fairly well. 93.4%. So I played the Caro, and I got beat. And, I've been practicing the Sicilian. So I was like, all right, let's roll it out here. So here it is. This I've been working on this. So he plays here, takes, and I play this. I'm familiar with this move. And now we play, this is the Najdorf. And he plays here. And I thought here for a long time. And this is the move. But I wasn't certain because I was afraid of this. And I thought about it for 4 minutes, which this is my problem. I get into these games and I do something like this. I should have found E6 like that. But I don't know this opening, and I'm really winging it here. And, I did ultimately find it, but it took me 4 minutes. I'm like, I could kick it, but then if he takes, then I have an isolated pawn, or I take here, and then my pawn structure in front of my king sucks. So this is a no-brainer. I don't know what I was thinking about. So he plays this, and now I defend my knight. So it's not pinned anymore. He castles, and I castle as well. I thought about playing this. I thought about this. But I'm like, if I play this, that forces him to make a move that he already wants to do, and I weaken this square. I want a pawn here defending this square against this knight, because I don't want some bullshit to happen and him end up with a knight here. So I didn't play that move. He takes, and I recapture. So he drops back. Like I said, he wanted to play that move anyway. I don't want to play this, weaken all this stuff over here, and then you just end up where you wanted to be to begin with. So I get the bishop out. Here comes the queen, and now I get my knight out. I'm defending this square. So it's defended 1, 2, 3 times. Okay? I don't want him to play e5. He plays that, and now I come here. And I add another defender to this square. So now 1, 2, 3, 4. It's defended 4 times. That knight comes over, and he drops a pawn. Okay? Knight comes over, boom, pawn's gone. He comes over, and I just come back. It wanted me to play here, and I did consider it for a minute, but I'm like, dude, do I really want to take this? And then when I come back, now the pawns are rolling, and that's what I wanted to stop to begin with. So, and I don't want to open this up with this rook, and no. So I come here. He plays that, and now I bring the rook over. Because if this guy does come down, I'm going to take, and if you take me, now I got something like maybe I could go here. I have a discovery, basically, is what I'm getting at here. So he plays that, and I see what's about to happen. He's built a battery. When this move gets played, now the queen's seeing that, and that's, so I play here. I break up the battery. He comes there. And now I go here. And I'm losing the thread a little bit here. I played this move for a reason. Then I'm like, I could play this. He goes back and reforms the battery. And now I play here. And I'm thinking, okay, this was clever. Boy, am I smart. Then he plays this, and I'm like, well, shit, if I take this, he's going to take here, and then I just lose 2 pieces for the rook. So I do take it, which turned out to be the best move. I'm in pretty good shape here. So I slide over, and I'm like, this isn't great. I did lose a pawn, but I'm up 2 pawns, apparently. Oh, he pushed that and sacked. I see, okay. So now I'm up a pawn, all right? I slide the king over, and he plays this, defending the bishop. And I played here. And I'm thinking I may have some kind of a back rank here. Like if he slides over, and I take this, right? Something like that. And he takes here. Well, maybe I could, take, and then this back rank gets weak. That's what I'm thinking. So here, you play over to the... So first of all, if you play this, you lose an exchange. Period. If you play here, takes... All right, wait. Takes, and now your back rank's weak. So that's what I'm looking at here. But then I realized he's got this move. He saves the bishop, and he protects against the back rank threat. So he does this, and I'm like, what the hell? I mean, that was completely unnecessary. But, okay, I take it. It wanted me to take with the knight, and I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't see it. I didn't want to take with the knight. I mean, I didn't see that. But I want to play here, right? I want to keep pressure on this. When he goes here, I want to be able to plop my knight in here defended by this pawn and just kind of blunt this bishop. That's, now I didn't see this, but I still would have played it the way that I did because I want my knight on that square. So he plays here, and now I just blunt it. If you want to trade, look, man, I'm up a pawn and an exchange here. I'm happy to trade. He comes over, and I start thinking, if I were to, play something like this, right? Or let's say that he played over, it doesn't exactly work. But if this guy leaves, check, I step up, and then that's a problem. So I play over. I'm not, I've got a minute left on the clock here. I'm not going to lose this on some ignorance because I know that I'm winning. So if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to break through here on me down material. So he plays this. I know what's coming. You want my bishop. But my bishop's stupid. It's just a glorified pawn. So it's all yours, buddy. I play here, right? He takes. And now I build this little pawn structure. And I thought that this was absolutely beautiful. I seen this. There's a bug in my face. So he plays here, and I come over. And I've got a monster threat here. And I seen this. Going at when he played back, I'm like, this guy's in trouble. He plays here. I was going to say I'll give you a minute if you see if you can find the move, but it's pretty obvious. You walked into a pawn push. Now remember, this is defended by this. So it's not like you're going to take, and, we're just going to trade or whatever. You got to leave or lose your queen. That's it. He drops back, and now I play this. But the point is, yeah, I'm hitting your knight. The knight's defending this square, which is now under a whole lot of pressure. And I seen all that. And I'm like, damn, boy, I'm Bobby Fischer, man. He played this, and I got so excited. I was like, oh, man. Like, yeah, you're hitting this. That's great. That's fantastic. But I'm hitting H2, and that's a problem. And I got a middle game checkmate. Clean, smooth, attacking, middle game checkmate. So I lost some elo on the first or the second game or whatever. I played 5 games tonight, and I won 3 of 5. So I ended up in total gaining like a couple of elo or something, I think. So, but whatever, we'll take those. We'll take those. This move here, I spent 4 minutes on this, and this is really, I got to get better at this because I get myself in so much trouble on the clock. And, as I play the Sicilian and I get better at it, this will be, more of a natural move. But I was really stumped here. He played this, and I found this pretty quick. What is that, like 15 seconds? I was confident with that. Castle, and I'm going to castle too. I did think about playing the pawn push it wanted me to push. I thought about playing the pawn push it wanted me to make, but I was like, I really don't want to do that. Takes. He drops back. I develop the bishop. He gets his queen out. My knight comes out. 17,000 arrows. But again, I'm just trying to keep you from playing this. This is what he wants to do, and I'm trying to keep him from doing it, right? So, that looks good to me. Drops a pawn. You got to be conscious of those things. If F6 was good a minute ago, F6 is good now. He plays here. Line up my pieces. And from here, this is a masterclass, man. Look at these moves. I didn't screw up at all here. That's just a beautiful game. 93%. Played like a 2250. So, not too much to be upset about there. Anyway, if y'all like that, like, comment, subscribe, all the things. Sorry I didn't record a video of the actual game. Plural S games. So, anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all the things. We'll see y'all in the next video. And hopefully we'll be 1,500 soon. See y'all.